if people have been following me for the past, I don't know, I think I've been doing this 11 years, but this is our 4th year doing this for Generation Rescue. Every year I ask a question to the audience. I start off this way. And for those that are here again, you know what that question is going to be. But if you also watched an episode of Wahlburgers last year, it was based on our summit last year and the question that I posed to the audience. And you don't have to answer this yet. It's just part of the story. But the question was, can all the dads in the audience stand up? Don't do that yet. But that was the question. And every year I asked that because the first year I did, there was one dad that stood in the audience. And as the years gone on, there was more and more men. There would be 5, then 10, then 20, and then 40. And my heart exploded because as you guys know, this journey is one where it does take a village. It takes an ABA therapist, it takes a speech therapist, it takes OT, it takes a biomed functional doctor, whatever they're called now, friends, family, and the most important, your spouse. They said 80% of relationships end. I want that percentage to drop. We need each other. And I'll express the importance of that later when we bring out our special guests. But to go back to that Wahlburgers episode, and I said, all the dads stand up, I noticed that the love of my life, my husband, Evan's stepfather, didn't stand up. And you could see me in the episode going, get up. Why aren't you standing up? And later on, it really kind of affected me. And I wondered why you wouldn't stand up. Do you want to?
You're going to make me answer it now? Okay. First and foremost, my lack of standing was in no way meant to dishonor anyone in this room, and certainly not my wife and my wonderful stepson. It was, in fact, the opposite. I felt I had to honor the men who were in this room and had been in these rooms for years. I'm gonna cry because of that guy right there in the front row. I sat here the first year that I came and listened to Ryan Neufeld and his wife Dawn talk about their son Will, and he made me cry at least 50 times in 20 minutes. And I met so many other dads, and I felt incredibly incredibly moved and humbled. And really, to be honest, when Jenny said, would all the dads stand up, to be honest, it's one of the few times in my life I'll say this, but I really felt not worthy. I quickly learned from so many of the parents here that I would be welcomed with open arms to stand up. And what surprisingly started happening was I started being thanked by parents, and I didn't quite understand why. And they would say 2 things: thank you for being confident or brave enough to be part of this community, but did you know what the heck you were getting into? And I didn't. I had no idea. But let me tell you that I had no idea how gratifying, fulfilling, and humbling that it would be. I really am an incredibly lucky man to be Evan's stepdad and to be your husband, and to now be friends and standing side by side with so many people who are here in support and looking for hope and help for their children. As I said, Ryan, to stand on this stage even a year after him feels too soon. You've inspired me as a dad, and so many parents here have inspired me, and so many children. I know Dominic is here. Dominic is way in the back. He's one of our grandchildren, and to see him over the years and to hear the progress he's made has just been so inspiring. And I think to many people outside these walls would be unbelievable.